Welcome. Namaste. This is a yin sequence to manage depression. If you haven't watched my introduction to Yin Yoga to manage emotions, please watch that first, so that you are aware that this yin practice is not a substitute for help from a mental health professional. In Chinese medicine, depression is associated with the heart. The heart and the small intestines are energetically connected. The meridians connected to the heart and the small intestines run through the arms on the little finger side. The heart on the inside of the arm and the small intestine on the back of the shoulder and on the outside of the arm. We'll begin lying down with the support of a blanket. Now take a blanket and have it folded twice, so it's nice and large, and from the long side fold it zigzag, so it's like an accordion. So you have a flat and fairly narrow support here. Put it lengthwise on your mat. And then you'll sit right in front of the blanket. So not on it, but in front. And then let your spine rest on the blanket. Your head should be on the blanket as well. Knees are bent, feet wider than your hips, knees together. And then pull the blanket up into the crease of your neck a little bit, just to feel some nice support without actually lifting the head. And then when you're ready, you can close your eyes. Allow your shoulders to drape on either side of the blanket. Letting palms face up to open the shoulder joints. And notice how your feet are touching the mat. Notice if your feet are warm or cold. Notice if there is a difference between your right and your left foot. And can you feel where your knees are touching each other? Notice your buttocks and the back of your hips on the ground. And can you feel this gentle arch in the lower back as the spine drapes over the blanket? Can you sense the back of your head? Can you let your head be heavy? And see if it's possible to relax your jaw, back of your neck. Notice your shoulders. How they're hanging off the blanket. Notice which part of your arms is touching the ground. Notice the back of your hands on the ground. And notice the palms of your hands. And notice what is the temperature of your hands. And if there is a difference between the left and the right hand. And as you sense your body as it's resting here in this shape, can you take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring your arms closer to your body. Press into your elbows to lift yourself up. Moving the blanket to the side. And then lie flat, resting your head on the floor, taking a moment to notice if you can sense the imprint of the posture as you're lying flat now. Take a nice deep breath in and sigh it out. Bend your knees and roll to your side. Slowly come up. And we'll fold the blanket a different way. So if you unfold it, now roll it up from the long side again. Nice and tight, nice even roll. And put it crosswise over your mat. You're going to lie with the tips of your shoulder blades over this roll. It may be that once you're on the floor, this feels like too much of an opening in the chest, too much of an arch in the upper back. If that's the case, you can always unroll the blanket a little bit so that it's less thick. So you can adjust that after you've laid down. So the tips of your shoulder blades are just above the middle of the spine. So when you come down, the tips of the shoulder blades are on the roll, and then when you rest the head, your shoulder blades and the shoulder should be on the floor. So maybe you have to slide down a little bit or up so that you get the blanket in just the right spot. And you can keep your legs straight this time. And you can bring your arms out to sides. If it felt good, you could even bring the arms in a cactus where the elbows are bent and at shoulder height and the hands point away from the elbows. And if you prefer to have the arms closer to your body, of course, that is fine too. So as you allow yourself to settle, can you imagine how your body becomes softer and softer with each exhale? And from that softness, there's an opening through which light can shine from the inside out. And it may be that you're not feeling or seeing that light at all. But imagine if there were a light inside of you, where would it be? So for now, can you just imagine that there is a light inside of you somewhere, even if it's very faint, very small. Because the body is so soft now, even the faintest light can shine through its surface out into the world. And again, if you don't feel this, you can completely make this up. And then imagine that someone, can be a person, could also be an animal. Someone actually sees your light. This person or this animal is aware enough that it can see that very small light inside of you. So you can make up this person, it can be completely fictional, or it can be someone you actually know. It doesn't matter. But can you Imagine, visualize this person or animal being attracted to that light inside of you. They actually marvel at it. Because even though it's small, there's such innate goodness in your light. There's so much value in your light. Your small, faint light can even illuminate the darkest of place. Your presence, your light, bring comfort to this person, to this animal. Take 3 deep breaths, imagining that you're breathing into that light, wherever it is. And then in your mind, thank this person or animal for seeing your light, even though it's very small. Even though perhaps you are not really believing in your own light yet. Thank this person or animal for seeing it nonetheless. Bring your arms closer to your body. Press your elbows into the blanket roll to come up, moving the blanket out of your way. Carefully rest your spine, your head back down on the ground, and take a moment to notice the imprint of this heart lift pose as you're lying flat. And bend your knees, carefully roll to your side to come up. And we'll do one more pose, folding the blanket once again. So as you unroll it, fold it another time, so short side towards short side, and then roll it up on the short side. So now you have a fairly thick and short blanket roll. Place it lengthwise on your mat. Remember where you just had that blanket roll under the tips of your shoulder blades, that's where the edge of the blanket is going to go now. So you Lie carefully down, edge of the blanket right under the tips of your shoulder blades. So the spine is on the blanket, your head should be on the blanket as well. The lower back is free, so there is an arch in the lower back. Then bring your feet together, knees apart, in butterfly pose. If this is not appropriate for your hips today, place props under your legs to support yourself. And then bring your arms away from the body, palms facing up. Give yourself a moment to get settled. And then fold the fingers of your right hand into your right palm, making a loose fist as the left palm is open. And then imagine that you could breathe in through the left palm, into the left arm, into your heart. Close the left hand and exhale, imagine out through the right arm and the right hand as you open the right hand. Then imagine to breathe in through the right hand, right arm, into the heart, close the hand. Exhale out through the left arm and the left open hand. And then again, inhale through the left hand, arm into heart. Switch hands, exhale out through the right arm and hand. Inhale through the right side into your heart. And exhale out through the left side. So you continue to breathe like this, imagining the breath going up through one arm, into the heart, and then out through the other arm. Finding a pattern of breathing rhythm that feels comfortable, but a little bit slower than your regular breath. And if it feels comfortable, you could even pause for a moment at the end of the inhale, and then you exhale through the other arm. At the top of the inhale, when you breathe into the heart, imagine the breath softening and opening the heart before you exhale on the other side. And as you imagine the breath moving in this pattern, the chi will start to follow, flowing through the heart meridian into the heart, energizing the heart, maybe even visualizing this bright red color of the heart, the energetic vibration of the heart. Just a few more rounds of breath. Whenever you get to exhale through the left, exhale through the left is the last breath out, and then relax the hands and your breath back to a natural pattern. And take one more breath here. Sigh it out, exhale. arms a little closer to your body. Press into your elbows. Lift your chest up. Move the blanket out of your way. And then rest your spine, the head. Straighten your legs. Maybe one hand on the lower belly, one hand on your heart. Notice for a moment how your body feels right now. Maybe you can feel your own heartbeat under your hand. Take a deep breath in. Side out, exhale. And your knees roll to your side. And slowly come up. And once you're upright, again, place your hands, both hands now on your heart. You can gaze down to the ground or close your eyes if you're comfortable. Can you see that light inside of you again, no matter how big or small it is? Can you feel your own heartbeat? Excuse me. Can you feel a sense of aliveness in your body? Bring your palms together and bow your head to honor yourself for taking this time to practice. Namaste. Thank you for practicing. May it be of benefit.